So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this ADF Spotlight Programmierbeispiele session. My colleague Vikram is talking about WebCenter Taskflow Customization. Before Vikram starts, I have some guidelines to point out. So please mute your microphone in order to avoid disrupting background noise. And you can use the chat to ask your questions and also post your feedback in the meantime. So at the end, we have a short Q&A. Maybe it took 5 minutes to run. And if you couldn't answer all the questions, we will summarize all the questions and answer it later. So, and we posted these answers as a FAQ document and posted to the OTN ADF community site. So don't hesitate to give us feedback and also wishes for upcoming webcasts. I posted a survey this week, so you can find it under bit.ly/ADF Spotlight Surveys 2015. So I hand it over to Vikram. You can start and introduce yourself.
Okay, sure. Hi all. I'm Vinay Kumar, and I'm a senior principal consultant. I'm working for Oracle. So today I'm going to talk about customization of standard WebCenter portal task flows. I will not go through much into that what WebCenter portal is. So I will go talk about what WebCenter portal task flow is. So moving ahead, this would be the agenda. I will talk about the introduction, then what infrastructure I'm using, what are the customization steps I'm going to follow, and then we will take one of the example to customize one of the task flow. Then we will see how the out-of-the-box task flow look like, and how the task flow will be after the customization. And then I'm going to show the live demo, and then this is my short portrait. I'm senior principal consultant working for Oracle. I'm an ex-Oracle ace, and if you want to contact me through email or Twitter or my blog, please do that. Okay. Oracle WebCenter portal. It consists of, I will just give you a brief information what WebCenter portal is, because most of the people are in the Oracle ADF community, and I'm assuming they have some basic knowledge of WebCenter portal is. So WebCenter portal is a tool or is a framework which will collaborate the information from different sources. So if I talk about, it will collect the information for a content from CMS, it will pick the data from database, it will do some processes, it will integrate with some third-party systems like Siebel, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, SO, and BPM. And we can also have some BPM task list. We can also integrate that. Apart from that, within the portal have the collaboration, social collaboration feature, so we can connect with different people and we can share the documents. It also have integration with the LDAPs and OAM, and it have the role-based and the scope-based authorization and authentication. And we can have a different source and collaborating everything. I can say WebCenter portal is. So talking about moving further, if I go, the main important thing is WebCenter portal is providing us hundreds of pre-built components, and it's like and WebCenter portal is built on top of the Oracle ADF, and these components are totally built on Oracle ADF, and we are quite familiar with Oracle ADF. So WebCenter portal provides some services which is based on ready-made task flows. So this will be infrastructure. I'm using JDeveloper 11.117. WebCenter portal, I'm using the latest one, 11.118. Same with WebCenter content, it's 11.118, and I'm having the WebCenter extension in my JDev, and we'll be doing the customization on the MDS layer, which is the same. We have the same customization MDS layer in Oracle ADF. So we will be doing all the customization in MDS layer, and we'll use some WST commands to import or delete to all this customization. Okay, WebCenter services. So basically, WebCenter services, what is to, so as I already talked about, WebCenter portal have some pre-built components like descriptions, forums, and documents, polls, wikis. So, I mean, these are the pre-built components or the features which is provided by WebCenter portal, and these services are exposed either for social networking or the personal productivity or through these services. And all the WebCenter services have ready to use Taskflow, which is built on Oracle ADF, and which is quite good to increase the productivity of the developer side. And it's quite easy to use, and which will make more productive, and the development time will be less. And it contains a complete set of standard-based components, enterprise-ready computing services like documents, wikis, blogs, RSS, recent activities, forums, and so on. In my personal experience of my past projects, I will say documents and the discussion forum is the most commonly used task flows or the services from the WebCenter portal. These are the common WebCenter services which is out of the box, like announcement, discussion, blogs, IMP, which is a chat providing system which we can integrate with any of that chat server, and we can have that same chatting mechanism as we have in Facebook or other social media. Then we have the wiki, document library, events, comments, links, lists, poll. If you want to have a polling feature in our WebCenter portal, we can use this Taskflow. Then tags, activity streams, analytics, and people connection, by which we can connect to each other people. Apart from them, from the personal productivity side, I will say we have the mail functionality, work list, notification, search, and notes. So there are too many, but I have listed down some of the main pre-built components which we can use in WebCenter portal out of the box. Okay, now what's WebCenter Taskflow Customization is? Out of the box, normally it's always happen. It's quite good, and it have a lot of features which is we are getting out of the box. But frankly speaking, it's never achieve our real use case, or it's never achieve what our clients really wanted. So for that, we really need customization. We can alter the look and feel. We can alter the features or some of the basic functionality exposed by the Taskflow, which will fulfill the client requirement. And all this customization are done using MDS layer and are stored in the MDS layer, and this MDS file will be imported in the WebCenter portal, which will run on the MDS layer, and we will get to see our customization. And this customization will occur on top of the base functionality so that we can see our customization. There are two types of customization I will talk about. There would be either runtime customization, which we can do on the WebCenter portal console, and another customization is design time, which we will do on the JDeveloper side. So talking about on the runtime customization, we have a portal console where we can see the system pages, and these are the different services. So here, if we clicking by the customize, we can go and we can edit the Taskflow and alter their look and feel or some of the features at the runtime portal. I will show in the demo, I will show how we can do that. And this will be, the design time customization, which we can do through JDeveloper. So first step would be to have that all the extensions for the WebCenter deployed, or it should install all the WebCenter extensions into the JDeveloper, and then we need to create a WebCenter portal Taskflow customization application. And you will able to see this feature once you have all the WebCenter extensions. And please make sure that you have the right version of the extension with the JDeveloper. Once you will create an application, you will able to see, and here then you need to enable to show the libraries. And when you do that, you will able to see all the libraries which come for the WebCenter, and there you can go to the specified Taskflow and you can edit it. The next step would be, for example, I'm showing that we are using a document library service, and we go to the specified doc clip Taskflow. We have folder view, and this is the folder view Taskflow, and this is the folder view JSSF. So we can modify this task flow. Then we will have a deployment profile, which will be a MAR profile, and we will deploy this application as a MAR file. And later we will import this MAR file either using WST commands or Enterprise Manager, so that our MDS will be on the WebCenter side. Okay, so I will again list down that we will create a application, then we enable the show libraries, then we will edit the task node. It will be normal ADF thing. I think most of the people will knowing how we can do or how we can edit the task flow feature. And we will create the deployment profile, deploy the MAR file, and we can import this MAR file into either through WST or Enterprise Manager. Okay, what are the different WST commands which you can use? The first one would be the delete metadata. So normally it will delete the selected documents from the application. I mean, in short, it will delete all the MDS layer which we have imported. So we can simply define this would be the application name, this would be the target server, and this would be the specified location where we want to delete the customization. So I have mentioned that it could be Oracle, WebCenter, DocLab, Taskflow, and from that wildcard, it will delete all the customization until this path. Similarly, we have the import metadata. This command will be used to import the MDS layer onto the WebCenter portal, and similarly, we will define the application, server name, and the location of the MAR file and the path. So these two WST commands are quite useful. And if we want to import the customization or the MAR file through Fusion Middleware Control or the Enterprise Manager, we can go to that Enterprise Manager on the portal. We can go to the MDS configuration, and there we have an option to import the MAR file. We will see more into the demo. Okay, now for the demo, I will open the JDeveloper. And always make sure you will open the JDeveloper in the customization mode, so that we can do the customization at the runtime and we are able to see that. I have running a virtual machine where I have the UCM server, the WebCenter portal. I'm logging into the WebCenter portal, and this will open the runtime console. It's the same console like we have in the WebLogic. So it will be a console where we can manage everything. We can administration, do all the admin tasks from the WebCenter side. It will be a bit slow because of the VM. Okay. In the meantime, we have opened the JDeveloper, and if you see when we open the JDeveloper in the customization mode, the customization context will be, the layer will be on the WebCenter. The site name will be WebCenter. And if I see that, I hope everybody can see that. Normally, when you open the application, so it will be like you give any name, and this will be the default application which will be created. And you need to enable the show library, and then you will have all the libraries you have. And if you see, we will have all the different services like activities, announcements, blog, collaboration, comments, discussion, documents, events, and so on. But we'll be taking an example of document library service. So I will show. So this is the runtime console for the WebCenter portal. So I will go one of the portal which I've created earlier, and here I've been using this document task flow to show or upload the document. So this is the task flow which we will see after the customization. But if I don't want to see, I will simply go there. Here I'm connecting with the WebLogic to run all WST commands. So we'll wait, and we will simply use the command to connect with the WebLogic. I'm providing the credentials and the URL and the port number. Once I'm running, I should be able to connect with the WebLogic. So this is the task flow which we'll be able to see after the customization. So I'm just showing what would be the final outcome. And okay, so now we are connected, and I'm going to delete this MDS layer. So I'm running this command, and I simply say okay, so I'm running this delete metadata command. Document the WebCenter portal development guide, and this would be the folder view is the task flow which we need to modify. So because we are already having a lack of time and we cannot do all the customization in half an hour, so I've already done that, but I will show you to add some more things. So this is the table which, if you see here, we have a table which is inside into a JSF page. And this is the table I'm seeing here. So I will also add one of the columns here. So I quickly go in the property side, and I will say new column, and in the value I will say this, and it will be an output 10. Okay, and I will save that. It will give me some warning messages. So now my table have another column called as new column. So once I save that, you can do a lot of customization. I've already done. I've changed the task flows. I've changed the flow of the task flow as well here. So I will simply go this here, and I've already made a deployment profile. So if you see, second. I go here and see select and metadata. Then it will ask, yes, I want to deploy the math file. This will be the final outcome of the math file, and I simply click on the finish on the deployment tab. So I will not talk about how we can do the customization or how we can change the task flow. I'm sure most of the guys have know the ADF, and here the path where this math file is deployed. So I simply go there, and I'm opening the enterprise manager, and I will deploy, because I've already shown one of the WST command delete metadata, but now I'm going to show how we can use the enterprise manager to deploy this this math file. So I'm opening, yeah. So here, if I can, here we don't have any option. If I want to delete this page, this image, I have to go there and I have to delete here. So I'm in my customization. I have also added one of the column where I have two icons. If I click a icon to delete, this row will be deleted. Let's see. WebCenter portal spaces and this configuration. Okay, so this is the option where we can import the metadata file. I will choose, and this is the place where I have deployed my mark file. So it's the latest one which we have done that. And I simply upload, and I will simply hit import. And the message you will get that 6 documents have successfully transferred. That means we have modified in 6 documents or 6 files in this Taskflow. And if we see the result now, and this MDS layer, the changes will be there in the runtime portal. And if I go to the portal, we will be able to make out the difference in the document component. So now if we see, now the Taskflow have been modified, and if you see, we have also have a new column which was not earlier. So we have added a new column here, and we have also have one more icon, which is called as. So if we click here, it will open a document. So if I click here, it's opening a PDF file for us, which was not there earlier. So and I've also changed the label of the columns, and I've also added the icons in a different place. And if I click here, it will ask me to delete. And I've also hide some of the menus which we are able to see, and some of the tags like for comment and upload. And even instead, we can see the preview here itself. So we saw that we have done the, now the label have been changed. We have added new of the icons. We can see, we can add and we can open, and we have hide few of the columns, and I think we are running short of the time. So I will be wrapping more quickly. We can do customization more into sites. So even if we go to the administration, and I will tell you how we can do the customization and the runtime. So this is the customization we have done from the JDeveloper side. And this is the document Taskflow. And this is inside the system pages and inside the document. And if you click on the customize, so here it will open the task, the services in the edit mode in the runtime portal. And there we can do some customization. So if you see, if I select here, okay, so now, okay, into the same mode, save that, close that. So if you click here, so instead of going into the different page, we are able to see the preview here, and that I've done the customization. So even if I click to delete this row, it will ask me whether you want to delete. I say yes. It's deleted. If I want to see open, so it will open the document. I click here, so the PDF will open in a new page. And if I see on this icon, it will navigate to a different page, and I can see the preview. So if you can see that. And this is, we have done the customization from the design side, and quickly I will show how we can do the customization from the runtime. We can go to the system pages, and I will simply go to the customize. So it will open this Taskflow in a edit mode. And if you see, we can select any of the column, and it will ask me whether you want to edit this Taskflow. And if you want to see, okay, I want to change the label. If you'll ask me whether you want to edit this Taskflow, I will say yes. And here I have this column. So if I want to change, you just simply, and you will say, I don't want to hide, I want to hide, or you want to visible, or you want to add some new column. And this is the table with the columns. We can see this is the icon. And if I say that, what's inside that, and I want to hide. So some basic customization we can do with the runtime, and the more customization, if you want to add some logic, some of the navigation changes, we can do at the design time through JDeveloper. That's all from my side. And in the summary, I will say how we can do that. But in the end, I will make sure that if we want to customize around 30 to 40% of the functionality of the feature, I will say it's better to go for customization. But if customization is more than 50%, it's better to create a new Taskflow in ADF and then consume on the WebCenter portal site. So I think that's all from my side. If you guys have any questions, so please.
So thanks, Vinay, for your examples and for your presentation. I have to check the chat. Maybe there's some questions, or maybe I missed a question. You can unmute yourself and you can ask a question directly if you like. So, but the next session would be on the 3rd of June. It's not on Friday, it's on Tuesday. And it's not in the morning, it's more in the evening at 6 p.m. And so Dana Singletary, one of the Oracle product management team, talks about Oracle Developers Cloud Services. And I hope you can join this session on the 3rd of June. And we will post the slides of this talk and the recorded session on the OCN site. And also the recording is posted on the ADF Spotlight YouTube channel. So thanks so much for your attention and for your patience. And I checked again the chat. There's no question from where.
Okay.
Good. So thanks, Vikram, for your time. Thanks also for your participation. And I wish you a pleasant weekend. Hope to see you on the 3rd of June. Bye-bye.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, bye-bye. Have a nice day. Take care.
You too.